Yeah.
Light skin keep sweating.
And 40 for the rubber, yeah.
Hey, who beat is this? Yeah, this shit inspired me, I needed this. That old man and them lies, I defeated them. You know them lies in the den, bitch, I eat with them. You know them Glocks, them 2 9s, yeah, I sleep with them. Hate in his eyes, guess I got to pop the smoke off. Lot of power, many wives, I want both of y'all. Can you read between the lines, what do we have here? About to let my light shine like a chandelier. In the end, get them crowns like a souvenir. If he ain't locked in with the code, what he doing here? Don't play no games, bitch, my bro will beat you blue in here. And get you torn up, but this the warm up. I put my fists in the air, they gon' swarm up. I put my hand up in the air, they gon' find out. Them devils try to do me bad, but it ain't planned out. How I planned out. Bitch, I'm women first the devil, that's why I stand out. I'm always gon' swing that sword, I never stand out. It's gon' be man down, put him in the ground. And I'm always applying pressure, nigga, hands down. And you can tell it where I'm rolling, I'm official with. And I done put the plan in motion, let me situate. I'm 45, little nigga, can't do nothing with you. If we gon' have to take it over, it gon' be nothing pretty. Hey, who is this? Yeah, this shit inspired me, I needed this. That old man and them lies, I defeated them. You know them lies in the den, bitch, I eat with them. You know them Glocks, them 2 9s, yeah, I sleep with them. Yeah, this bitch go hard cause I'm vibe with. With them niggas on my side, me they ride with it. I hear them talking, but them niggas can't be serious. Hey, they delirious, they fucking with me, period. Shorty stay low, I'ma marry her. One of a kind, I'ma cherish her. I love the way she feel, give all I can give. Hey, you know my shit for real. You gonna hold that oath, young and yeah, positive. And the reason that he died, he ain't tryna live. Can't sacrifice you, know we struggle live. Hey, who beat is this? Yeah, this shit inspired me, I needed this. That old man and them lies, I defeated them. You know them lies in the den, bitch, I eat with them. You know them Glocks, them 2 9s, yeah, I sleep with them. Get it poppin' on their head, better come equipped. Glory in the distance at my fingertip. Piling up bag like a nigga about to take a trip. It won't west, nigga, what the fuck you think it is? Yeah, what you think it is? I'm 44, what was solid, what you think it is? Ain't stopping nothing, nigga, I got too much rank in here. Hey, what you think it is? Hey, who beat is this? Yeah, this shit inspired me, I needed this. That old man and them lies, I defeated them. You know them lies in the den, bitch, I eat with them. You know them Glocks, them 2 9s, yeah, I sleep with them. Yeah.
But the go live got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal. I got my reason. Said I was gonna get it. They ain't gonna see it, but they ain't gonna believe it. Can't stop, I can't now. Hold on, let me get the breakdown. Train to go like a K now. I'm about to let my light shine. We piped up till the pipe down. These niggas selling pipe dreams. Baby girl, sweet as ice cream, and I need it. You better believe it. Sit back, look at my cheeks. Why you had to check my demeanor? Competition ain't free. I'm about to take them to the clique. They gon' get started depressed. Please not start no mess. These niggas petty, and I'm not impressed. I have him hold his chest, like he having heart attacks. Told you I'm hard to death. I know that they see it, but they don't believe. Look at him so misleading. 144, mission complete. We undefeated, you better believe. Fuck being equal, I'm getting equal. Drop a line note, like a bomb motor. Prepare for the fallout. One way solid, what you talking about? Me and my nigga bout to ball out. These little nigga better bow out. Tell them rank up, tell them fall out. I'm on my job, I can't call out. I'm in the wind, I want it all now. Don't give a damn about the track record, little nigga, you about to lose today. Look, I got moves to make. You can even move, you can get moved away. Choose your fate. Most of these fools, they fake. Ain't got a card to play. Nigga ain't hard to break. It's gonna get dark today. Like the rest of Shauna told the harder way. Nigga, wait out of your league. Please believe. About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about. Got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal. I got my reasons. Now I'm gonna get it. Yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Like that. Sick with it, now you know that. Fuck the world, I can't go back. Ain't no coward, I don't know that. Bitch, I'd rather take a toe tag. Run it up, you know I'm good to go. Work my ball, you know I'm good as gold. They want smoke, got revenge naked in my bedroom doing the Tootsie Roll. Big dog niggas, I'm trying. This my time. Way out of line, way out of bounds. Oh, you ain't noticed the line. That on my flow is a vibe. I know it's gon' be stressed. I know it's gon' be pressure. Gotta stay focused. It's a cool word, baby girl. I should be a soldier. You should be my loaded. It feel like something controlling me. Spirit take over me, holding me high. Believe me, it's over. Look over my shoulder and I see my soldiers and they ain't no play. Keep spitting fake. He real, but I'm realer. Fucking leader, I don't feel him. Fucking God, I don't feel him. Cut his eye, I'm about to kill him. Wait, hold up, let me catch the rhythm. Okay, I got it, I'm ready. He cross that line, he gon' regret it. No high rock, I rock it steady. Hope he keep it going steady. You better believe me. Certified, one west solid, it ain't hard to tell. Can't let this hard as hell. These people racist, nigga, better watch yourself. I'm getting this milk. Chasing them blue faces like I'm Gargamel. And I work too hard to fail. Glock with me, gotta guard yourself. You know why I keep it, they try to come get me, I'm squeezing, you better believe. About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal, I got my reasons. Now I'm gonna get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Like that.
Get it on, clap it up. All right, once again, hey everybody, we're back. I just want to say that. Welcome, thank you for joining us with what's this episode 6 of the latest podcast. That's right. You know what I mean? We took a little break, we gave the world a rest. You know what I'm saying? So we could go celebrate the Lord's 54th annual Passover down in Raleigh, North Carolina. Let's give it up. You know what I'm saying? Glorious, glorious, glorious event. And if you are Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you definitely want to be at the Lord's Passover every year. If you're not there, you are missing out on the greatest event of the year, hands down. You know what I mean? They tried to stop us. They tried to block us. They called the cops on us. They did everything they could. Don't you realize, devil and all your little minions, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do to stop this truth. You can't stop the Lord. You can't stop the prophets. You can't stop the priests. You cannot stop the ISUPK. No matter what you do, what you try to do. Now, and so with that being said, let's get this show started. So let me introduce my mighty team right here. You know what I'm saying? I got on my right-hand man right here, priest and officer of 1,000, Kazawan. Clap it up. On my left, I got my other right-hand man right here, priest and officer of 1,000, Ramawan. Clap it up. On the next immediate right, my other right-hand man, priest and officer of 1,000, Lakam Yala. You know what I'm saying? Then, yeah, I see, listen, I'm the man with 100 hands, so I can have about, how many? 50 rights. Mm-hmm. All right, so then I got my other right-hand man over here, priest and officer of 500, Ashaiah. And as always, on the ones and twos, you know what I'm saying, the mighty man himself, my other right-hand priest and officer of 50. I was going to let him say that. Raj Karab. He missed his cue. All right, y'all. Well, you know, every month, every first Sunday of the month, we come out and we talk about the stories that are really going to affect your lives in the world that's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, we're going to hop into these stories. What you got, Raj?
Come. Next up on the latest podcast, first topic, Ebony K. Williams tell Ayala Vincent she wouldn't date a bus driver, sparks debate.
Now, yeah, you know, it's a lock here. This sister right here is just terrible. You know what I mean? I can't think of a strong enough word to describe her. It's too early in the show to use the language that I want to use. So I don't want to get us kicked off, and we just came back. You know what I'm saying? But this sister, you know what I'm saying, is a horrible woman. You know what I mean? A couple months ago, she was talking about how she wants to be a single mother. She's going to get artificially inseminated. Then she was dating some brother, talking about getting pregnant, but still saying she's going to be a single mom. You know what I mean? So to show with her intelligence, and she's a lawyer. You know what I mean? So I don't want her defending me in court. I don't care if it's fighting a traffic ticket. You know what I'm saying? She going to get me locked up. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a speeding ticket, you know, on a red light camera ticket. Next thing you know, I'm going to be doing 5 to 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that sister right there, man, she's a whore. She is a straight whore. And this whore just said that she don't want to date a bus driver. Only way she'll date a bus driver is if he owned the bus. That's that. I mean, good night. Go ahead. I was going to say. I said, go there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he got to own the bus. I mean, last time I checked, the city owned the bus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a school bus. Now, you know what I mean? Maybe she want a school bus driver because she want to be a single mama. Somebody got to put the kids on the bus, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that it's just disgusting. That's the mentality that's been drilled into our sisters' heads. You know what I'm saying? America has really, really twisted our sisters around to a point where they're almost, a lot of them are almost irredeemable. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not fit to be wives. They're really not fit to be mothers. They fit to do what they out here doing every weekend when they go to the club, being somebody's bouncy house. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can join in anytime. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got something to say, just, you know what I mean?
Just real quick. That's the issue with our women these days. Our women care more about a man that can fulfill their monetary needs,
right?
You know, than caring about or having a brother that can actually be a staple in the household, who can build a house. You know, who cares if he a bus driver? If that brother protecting that house, you know, and that brother is doing what he needs to do. I mean, why do what he make, you know, matters to the relationship?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He can make $100 million. He can be behind your back sleeping with a dude who can. I mean, like, you want a brother that's gonna actually be there and be a staple for your household.
Exactly.
And if that ain't what you want, then I mean, of course, we look at the marriages of today. They fail constantly, and that's because the money means more to the relationship than actual what makes this house grow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Slocky, if I may too, and just to hit on the top of the head, what he was just saying, like most of these sisters are just lazy, to be honest. In the Bible, you know, in Proverbs, it speaks of a virtuous woman and how you know she uses her hands to put in the same amount of work, you know, that she expects out of her husband, which I get, but that, like, because a brother doesn't have money and, like you said, monetary things, doesn't make him a bum. You should be choosing your man on how much they work. Right. That's how you should get. I don't care if the brother works at Burger King. If the brother doing 80 hours at Burger King, this brother's putting in work, and that same amount of work that he's gonna put into your relationship and into your family and building you and your family up. That should be the things that you should be looking at in men, and not their money.
Damn right. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Look. And the Christian church gets everything wrong. We already know that from the door. Like, trying to wait for the Christian church to get something right, it's like trying to wait for your wall to wake up, come alive, and help you move. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? They always saying money is the root of all evil. Look, how can an inanimate object that can burn, be ripped, torn, and thrown away in a heartbeat be the root of all evil? It's the love love money. That's the rule of all evil. That sister loves money more than she loves black men.
That's right.
You know what I mean? A lot of you sisters out here love money more than you love a man. More than you love the man in your house, more than you love the man you're dating, more than you love the man that raised you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Definitely more than you love the men of the Lord. Y'all tell like, get a job, you bum.
Right.
You know, you need to go to school, get an education. Listen, it's college educated brothers up here, it's professional men up here. Every man at this table, for you sisters that's watching, first off, give them all some. You know what I'm saying? Give everybody all. My men, they deserve to get some. So first off, give them some. You know what I'm saying? And second off, every man up here is a professional man that's working. Right. I'm talking about if you see brothers at some of us at our jobs, it's like Bruce Wayne or Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? And then you at nighttime, yeah, we them real men in black. Right. Batman learned that shit from us. Right. You know what I'm saying? Superman ain't got nothing on us. You know what I'm saying? That you go ahead, Raj.
You know, it's like sir, if I could too, you know, the woman, you know, she's so in love with money. She let us know she would try every nation in search of money.
Yeah.
Every other nation, like you really going to a white man, really work all that.
Right.
Where a lawyer job or something she wants.
Right. Hey, if you could give me her that quiver is open to every arrow. You know what I mean?
Had a couple comments on that.
Yeah. So now the latest is different, y'all. We're not going to ignore your comments. So my brothers and sisters, y'all are welcome to comment, add in your opinions and everything. We're going to read some. We're going to read the comments. You hecklers, Lord be with you.
Right.
Because we address you. Oh, we going to address you. We going to embarrass you and run your body here. Come on. What they got to say, Raj?
So first comment, Trooper Natas Zayab out of Chicago. It's like y'all want this podcast on YouTube as well.
We are on YouTube and we're on Facebook. We're about to be everywhere. We're on every form of social media, so like, share, and subscribe. We got YouTube, we got Facebook, we on TikTok, we on Instagram, we're on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? We're on all forms of social media. So so you don't miss any of the latest content. Make sure you go like, share, and subscribe. What we got next?
And also, he gave us a salute. Y'all about Shimmy Al Shop
Hey, y'all about Shimmy Al Shop man. What's going on?
Robert Bond, Banyanyum out of the UK.
Yeah, clap it up for Robert Bond. And all the mighty men up in the UK. Hey, ISUPK is worldwide. That's right, our brothers from the UK.
Salaki, if I may, man, just to say a little bit about this brother, man. This brother Wire Bond from the UK, man. This brother is doing his thing. He's a young man, of course. He's in the worldly age. But at the end of the day, this brother takes care of business, and he speaks the Hebrew. He reads the Hebrew better than any brother I know.
That brother,
is awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you hear that brother speak the Hebrew, you will realize, you will know that that's our language.
Right.
You know what I mean? What Rob Bond say?
And also, he said, "Karma. It is self-evident that raising children in a single-parent household puts them at an extreme disadvantage. This sister is incredibly sharp."
Yeah, right. And wicked. Clap it up. Right. And what the priest is bringing out is so powerful. The most destructive thing you can do is to raise a child in a single parent household. Right. Boys that are raised in single parent households have a 70% higher chance of going to prison when they're raised by a single mother than when they're raised by a single father. Don't get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? This is not my statistics. These are your master's statistics. They're the ones experimenting on you.
So like what they say, numbers don't lie.
Right, numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So the numbers say that men who are raised in a single parent household by a single mother have over 70-something% higher chance of going to prison than one that's raised by a single father or especially one raised in a two-parent home. Women, females that are raised in a single parent home have a higher chance of becoming single mothers themselves and have a higher chance of having more sex partners and getting an STD in life than one that's raised by a father or that is definitely then raised in a two-parent household. The bottom line, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so what you're saying is so heavy. I was watching a podcast where it was a brother. He was addressing the same issue, and from a worldly standpoint, but it was one thing the brother said was so heavy. He's like, these women run through men like crazy, trying to find their Superman.
Right.
But in finding their Superman, when they finally find a real man, they want to turn that man into Clark Kent.
Right.
Because they don't want Superman.
Right.
So they want a man that they control. Mm-hmm. And when they find out they can't get a man that they control, because ain't no real man gonna let a woman control them, then they gonna leave that man and they gonna make up every excuse. Mm-hmm. I need a man that make this kind of money. I need a man that do this. You had one. Mm-hmm. And that man that you had, because he didn't do what you fulfill your expectations, you left him and you whored on him.
Right.
And now your box is loose.
There you go. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, you just made me think about like something like a lot of women will think like, you know, you searching for this man that has this high paying job, and he got all of these resources. Okay, you may think that's cool, but you should understand one thing: you are a whore.
Yeah, right.
You are a whore. It's point blank. Period. You understand? And what makes you a whore is you not searching for a man that has morality and that's a leader in your life. You search for a man that has something to offer that's a material thing.
Right.
Which makes you a complete whore.
That's right.
Right?
Because
if I may, just to piggyback off what he's saying, he hit it right on the head. You're a whore. This woman is not, she's not a regular whore. She's a high paid whore.
Ooh, really?
You understand? Right. Yeah, she's a bougie hoe. That's what she is.
Yo, it's like if I may just to piggyback off what Ash was saying, because that was so heavy. Like, you can tell the identity of our black women and that they follow our oppressor. Because, like, you look at our oppressor, they want to control blacks and Hispanics for what reason? Because they're afraid.
Right.
Women want to control their man because they are afraid of losing so-called what they work for, what they had. Like, that's the spirit of the oppressor. Mm-hmm. Our black women need to understand a strong black household ain't a woman running the damn household. Right. It ain't the kids running the goddamn house. I seen households with kids run the damn household.
Come.
You walk in there, the kids say, "Mom, I don't like him. I won't see him no more." Then,
right?
Like, come on, like calling their kids kings and man, like that spirit comes from our oppressor, and our black women need to understand that. Like, what Cap always say, being a feminine woman is what we need back in black households.
Damn right. Damn right. You know what I mean? And here's the thing, and a lot of you sisters, well, you got to give me something to submit to. You got to give me a reason to be. Listen, it should be just by you saying that. Let's a brother know that the dragon that's inside of your spirit. You can't wait to spit venom and breathe fire. That's not sexy. You know what I'm saying? That's not attractive. You know what I mean? I won't be submissive unless a man does different. But look, a man's supposed to provide you with protection. Right. A man's supposed to provide you with security. The things that a man is supposed to provide to you does not always have to do with his money. Right. You know what I mean? You know, there is a certain type of woman out here where men provide her money, and she provides them with a service, and it's a whole business deal. You know what I'm saying?
So not good.
That might have been
I was
gonna say that went over people's heads right there.
Look, let's put it this way: doing history research, they say it's the world's oldest profession, and it saved the West. Go ahead.
No, what you said is absolutely heavy, and what brothers got to start realizing too before you pick some of these dragons, some of these women. You got to vet them out. This is why we have the system that we have in UPK. We have the 6 month rule. We have these things put in place because in those 6 months we'll find the dragon inside of you. We will. We'll court the dragon out of you, and then we'll realize that you are just as much of a monster as all these other women in the world. Mm-hmm. Like in the UPK, we don't house whores. This ain't the whole house like the Christian church is.
Right.
You understand?
So like we might start losing. We might start losing a couple views after this.
I know.
Brothers don't know how to wait the 6 month rule. Sometimes you gotta. I know Captain. They run on this all the time. Like that's why. And the brother was what he brought out was heavy. That's why it's so important that we wait the 6 month rule. Like you don't know who this woman is you with. Right. Don't go trying to put your rod in every damn thing you see, and without knowing that you got a serial killer on your goddamn head. Mm-hmm. You got a straight dragon. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say too, just to piggyback on what you just brought out. Like they like to say, you know, hey, y'all always go so hard on the sisters. Y'all so hard on the women. Y'all don't like women. Like, look, this is correction. Right. We giving correction to women which they need, and they know they need it. They just rebellious. And another thing, we talk to brothers too, man. Brothers need to know one thing. If you stop trying to get a bag to impress a female, and that's your whole reason to be going out earning all of this money, so you can have all of, you know, all the women that you can want, you know what I'm saying, and have some morality in your life, then you will understand, like, if you stop loving whores, if you stop wanting whores, if you stop having money and gaining all of this so-called clout so you can have all the whores that you want, then women will stop being whores.
Right. Hey, Sloggy, if you could read Rob Bond's statement on the comment. He on fire. hey, Robert Bond, man, look, we're gonna have to simulcast with you out. You're gonna have to, you know what I mean? The brother on fire.
Next episode.
Yeah, hey, get the clearance from the mighty legendary superhero Shamgar. You know what I mean?
I think we got a captain out there too.
Oh, with Captain, yeah, get
Captain Yash out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, get Captain Parashas. Get up the cap, man. Look, get his clearance and approval, and brother, we gonna simulcast you in on the latest next month. All right, but read the statement.
All right, Officer Yarabon said by Yanya, Khan, trying to tame a sister is sluggish. It's more of a headache than most men are trying to put up with. That's why we just do enough to get the boxing dip.
Keep going. Right. Yeah, he said, yeah, that's why brothers do just enough. Just enough. They take you out on just enough dates. They run just enough game. They give you just enough liquor. They'll have you smoke just enough weed, pop just enough pills nowadays, because a lot of you sisters are dope addicts. Just like a lot of you brothers ain't nothing but low-key future crack fiends. You know what I mean? The drug culture in the black community is just ridiculous. We are not our Edomite counterparts, y'all. All that getting highs ain't doing nothing but leading to a lot of illicit sex that you shouldn't be having, a lot of spread of a lot of STDs, yo, and a lot of unwanted pregnancies and a high level of abortion. Let's get it together. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
One of the heaviest things that I've heard when it comes. One of the heaviest things that I heard when it comes to a man getting a woman came from Captain of 13,000 Kahum Thamyad. And it was very simple, but it was direct and to the point. And all he said was, you better learn how to be a choosy lover.
Yes, yeah.
Be picky. You understand? Like, and that, like, these females, they be picky over worldly stuff. But as men, us men better learn how to be picky over a real Proverbs 31 woman.
Right.
Not a bitch that just says she's slacking for my language. Not somebody that just says she's Proverbs 31.
He been going a while. Welcome back.
He's been gone for a little bit, so he don't know how we talk.
Right.
And we gonna talk how we talk until they kick us off.
Excuse me, now, would you please tell me about these bitches?
But if I could, like, and what Cap, what he said was so heavy, and because a lot of times we find women that they do all manner of evil, and then they want to turn around and go to the Christian church and say they're a Proverbs 31 woman. And this is the problem. Proverbs 31 is a high bar to fulfill.
It really is.
Like, a lot of females don't understand. I suggest you females read through that chapter and examine yourself. You understand? Because a lot of you think you are a Proverbs 31 when you're really a dragon.
Salakia. Yo, that's what the brother's statement so heavy. And what Rob Bond has one more thing he's saying. Go ahead.
Khan, we love our brothers and sisters more than they love themselves. They just don't understand what love actually is.
See, what a lot of people, like the sister talking about, I won't date a bus driver unless he owns the bus. Chick, you could get off the bus.
Right.
No, He don't want to. The bus driver don't want to, because in that same interview, she's talking about men need to be protectors and providers, and she named all the positive qualities that a man should be. And she wasn't wrong when she was talking about the qualities that a man should be, right? But what she slipped in there was, and I done tried them all. Damn, bitch. You didn't try them all. That is no, she's a man, she's a meat warehouse. You know what I mean? She a meat plant. She just processing sausage right through her. You know what I mean? Like, come on, sister. You done tried every rod out there, huh? You Rod Sterling.
No, you ain't do that.
Hell, you know I did. God. Oh. Go ahead.
If I may as well, what this brother is hitting on is so extra perfect for what we're talking about right now, because most women these days believe that us checking them and us being the mighty men that we are towards them is us not loving them.
Right.
They think that this is something that women shouldn't get out of their men. These women have been taught to hate their husbands and their men. Right. They've been taught that masculinity is a predator to black women and black and Hispanic women, man. And what it really is, just like Robert Bond said, us actually loving you is making sure that we check every demon that's inside of your body and getting rid of that boy. You know why? Because we're your security. We have to defend you against demons, and you don't even know it. And you think that the demon is your friend. In all actuality, the demon wants you to walk away with him and leave your man. You understand? And that was it. Anybody got something else?
Go ahead.
Yeah, concept. I was just gonna say, and that's why the Bible is so important, and that's why the Bible is for so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
That's right. I'm right.
Because concept. That's right. Because the truth about it, the whole issue is that just like today, our sisters is been connived and tricked into believing that money is so powerful, just like back when Eve was tricked into believing having some type of stability with these other nations and having some type of power in these other nations would do something for her own, you know what I'm saying, and was tricked into disobeying her husband, disobeying her God. Right. And that's the same thing our sisters are doing today. You're disobeying your God by putting money over morality. That's right. You're disobeying your God by believing that you can disrespect your man and get away with it, and think that you're going to have some type of power and authority in this place. Right. And think that it's going to really help the state of black people by putting women in power. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's all I was saying.
Yeah, right. You got it. And what the brother bringing out is so heavy, man. That's why the Lord structured the household the way that it is. You know what I'm saying? The house is supposed to be structured a certain way. The man is supposed to be the head of the home. The man is the strongest creature. You know what I mean? So let's look, for sisters out there that think a brother has to own the bus for you to date him, that think that brother has to make 6 figures for you to date him, listen, shalom. Good luck, because brothers that make 6 figures ain't gonna want to date no thought that's in the clubs clapping them cheeks. You know what I mean? He might clap them cheeks after the club, but he ain't finna get no relationship with you.
So like, if I may, I make 6 figures, but I'm broke. You know why? Because all my money goes to my brothers and my sisters. Right. So you can date me, you still won't get nothing.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And that brother's going to get another rib.
And going to get another rib.
Multiple wives is lawful.
Whether you agree with it or not, look. One of the deepest statements I heard is Captain Zaria. He said, listen, a lot of you sisters, y'all been sharing men your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Whether you admit it or not, you've been sharing a man ever since you started dating, from your first boyfriend to the 12th or 15th or 20th nigga that you calling your boyfriend that you dating right now. You've been sharing men your whole life. So why don't you just accept it? Stop trying to fight it. Look, multiple wives isn't for every man, but it's for every man. You know what I'm saying? And with that, let's move on to the next story. Let's drop this whore off at the next stop. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
If we can.
Go ahead.
We just got a couple of brothers and sisters that checked in. We're gonna just pretty much salute y'all all at the same time. Go ahead, you can say which ones it is.
So obviously y'all were done. the rib of Officer Awalum Gabar, Princess McCall, and also Naayam from California.
Oh, sorry, Christ. Hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatham, Yahweh Shemala Thum, Bashem Yahweh. Yo.
The water sis for y'all checking in, man. Big lot.
The water for the support. Look, make sure y'all hit that like button and that share button and subscribe. Go to all our social media. This latest podcast, we finna push this thing worldwide. You know what I'm saying? This thing is finna go up, and ain't nothing gonna stop us. And we doing it all to take ground for Commander General Yohanan in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. God. All right, what's the next story on the agenda?
Next up on the latest, Rasheem Carter was lynched in Mississippi. The DOJ can't look away.
Wow. Yeah, this bro. They're still lynching and they never stop lynching. You know what I'm saying? Like this brother right here, man. This story is sad. You know what I'm saying? This is really a sad, tragic story, and it just makes my blood boil to think about what they did to the brother. You got the article, Raj? You want to go into the article a little bit?
The horrific imagery is long seared onto the minds of Black Americans.
Who?
Of Black Americans, and imprinted in the history of America's South.
Well, what they're talking about is lynching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't get away from these savage, bloodthirsty monsters that the Lord has put over us. Right. They love to hunt, they love to kill, and their favorite target and animal is Black men and Black women. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So if I may as well, just hitting on what you were saying. You see the word that they put inside of this article. It said it's seared in the mind of Black people. And this is just like Deuteronomy 28 in the curses that was supposed to happen. It said that they're gonna pull the yoke of iron off of you, and then you're just gonna be in slavery, and you don't even know why you were in slavery. You're in slavery because they showed you that if you don't do what they told you to do, if you don't still stay at that subordinate that level in America, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna still kill you. They don't need shackles on you to give you that. All they need to do is make you remember. Right. You understand? And that's
like what they said. It's like what they said on the movie Life. He said, "We ain't got no walls here at Camp 8. Don't need no walls here at Camp 8. You pass that gun line, you will be shot." Tell them about the gun line. That's Blacks and Hispanics in America right now. They don't have to put a gate up around. They don't have to, and that's great. I mean, that's spiritual. That they said that because they don't have to put a yoke around your neck no more. They just gonna tell you, hey, we run you. Right. And you can't get the job at a CEO because you ain't us. Right. No, you can't get a job. You can go work at Burger King. We gonna pay McDonald's workers $15 an hour. Guess who that? Blacks and Hispanics. Right. That's who that. You don't see no oppressor unless I ain't been like the ones I go to. It's all Hispanic brothers and sisters in that job. That's that yoke they took off our neck and say, "Hey, look, you can make 15. That sounds good, don't it? Go make your little $800 every 2 weeks, and that's as long as you happy." Right. Like we got to get out of that mentality. We are king. We are really kings in the kingdom. Right. We have a kingdom that we have. I'm right. We ain't supposed to make less than everybody else. We're supposed to make more than everybody else. And we got to just make that a mentality.
So if I can one real quick just to go off that, and then I got you, Slocky. What the brother is saying is so crazy because the white man knows that why he have you working for his plantation, he's building an empire. While we thinking that a job is what we need to build up our family structure, we're working for this man who's building an empire for his family and a legacy and something that's going to last for multiple years. Donald Trump. He's doing exactly what his daddy told him to do. Build a fucking empire. Right. And what we're doing, we're working for the empire for his family and not our own, man. I'm right. That was if I could.
America, Salakia said, America has guns. They got the gun line here. We got the gun line. The gun line is the waters. Right. And the ocean lets us know that we can't go. Nat Turner found out that we can't go over nowhere unless we have their permission. Right. And here's the thing about it. And this story makes me sad because it reminds me when I was in high school. I was in the 10th grade. It was two football players in Jenner, Louisiana that got hung. They was hunted by devils and they was hung. And this story literally reminds me of them two brothers. And the thing is it's damn near like I can hear Commander General Yohana say, how much more do we have to suffer before our people get it through their head that it's time to separate from these evil, wicked bastards? Right. Like how much more? You understand? Like we've been hanging from trees and being marred and being cut apart since Christ.
Right.
You understand? Like
Right.
since our King. How much more does it take for our people to say, well, goddamn, this monster is the devil the Bible speaks of?
Right. And there's no sloppy on that, which that is the 100% truth. See, the problem is that our leaders have failed us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Our black leadership is the reason that brother got lynched in Mississippi.
Right.
Black leadership is the reason that sister is talking about she won't date a bus driver unless he owned the bus. You can thank Dr. Martin Luther King for that. You know what I'm saying? You can thank Malcolm X for that. I love Malcolm X. Don't get it wrong. When it came to civil rights, that's my civil rights hero. But damn the hell with the whole civil rights movement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it turned into a civil rights movement when it was actually a freedom and equality movement at first. We were getting ready to turn this country upside down, and those so-called Negro leaders came and stopped our momentum and turned it into a civil rights thing. Now we out in the club shooting each other. Our sisters out there twerking. Our brothers are still getting lynched and hung in Mississippi. Our sisters don't want to have babies and grow our nation and grow our families unless we make six figures. Now we got to buy the box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to look good. You got to smell good. You got to keep yourself in shape. You gotta dress good. And then on top of all that, you got to run hella game. Like you got to have game. Okay, you got to have game. Ladies, get these men some. They got game.
If I could. Y'all might not know. Hey, some of y'all got some game.
I got
a little bit of game.
I got a little game.
I saw him in action one time. I said, well, damn.
Salaki, if I may, and just hitting on the point of the civil rights movement, man. Like a lot of us don't realize that the civil rights movement was literally was a movement that for black people to have a sexual preference. That's it. Martin Luther King wanted white women, and the man who stood right by his side was the man who was over the civil rights for homosexuality.
Yep.
So civil rights was perfectly built for us to not be here anymore, for us to be destroyed.
That's right.
You understand? So Martin Luther King didn't love black women.
Right.
This is why black women don't like black men today. This is why the brother just said, the other one just said, Martin Luther King is your enemy, man. He is the reason why Atlanta, Georgia has the biggest hub of black homosexuals in the world.
Right.
You understand? Because white man, what do you say? I had a dream that little black boys and little white girls and his dream that he had for blacks and Hispanics did not correspond with the dream that the Most High had for us. The Most High's dream was that blacks be with blacks, and when I say blacks, I say black. That means black, Hispanic, and North American, and we're one family.
Right.
And leave those other nations. Let them stay filthy, because to the Lord they are disgusting animals. You understand?
Right. And if I could, go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick before, you know what I'm saying. And here's one thing that you have to learn. Like the other one said earlier, the Christian church is who you should blame for this brother dying.
Yeah, I'm right.
You should we should charge these monsters. Like they want your tithes money. But then when your family dies, they tell you to forgive these bastards. Right. They tell you that if you forgive them, then the Lord will forgive you.
Right.
You forgive these evil, wicked monsters that's been cruelly punishing you, whipping you, destroying you without cease for 400 years at the worst slavery we've ever been in. The worst. And these monsters tell us if we forgive these devils, the Lord will forgive us and he'll grant us a seat in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
To do what? Be they slaves again?
Right.
You understand? Like you have to charge these monsters for this brother.
That's right.
You understand? Because listen, here's what y'all don't understand. Is this brother's blood is now crying out for vengeance. And the Lord is going to give it to him. I pray you understand.
That's right.
Just real quick on top of that, it's just we've been taught this since we were children, right? Don't look at the monster under the bed or he'll get you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't see it, then it ain't hurting you. You understand? But this is the one time ever for Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians for you to look under that damn bed.
Right.
Look at the monster that's defeating you, that's scaring you every single day into destroying yourself. This is the time to look at them, confront them face to face. And you have a brotherhood that'll support you behind it. We confront demons around here.
Damn right.
What's a demon to a damn cult leader?
Damn
Nothing.
right.
You understand?
Damn right. You had something? Yeah.
Concert, if I may. It goes perfectly alongside what they was just talking about, like with religion. Our people understand, like we all grew up. Most people, like 8 out of 10 Black people, grew up in the Christian church.
Right.
And every person that grew up in the Christian church grow up and they become older, start being a so-called civilian in this place. And what happened? They say, I can't agree with the Christian church. You talk to most people today, most so-called Black people today, what they gonna say? I don't go to church no more. I can't get the hypocrites up in there. I can't get, but I believe in God. That's the higher power. This, that, and the third, right? But it's something ain't right about the Christian church. You know what's not right about it? They don't believe in the Most High, and this is the proof of it. This is when they say the proof is in the pudding. Look what it caused. It caused us to be killed. It caused us to be slaughtered, like with no justice behind it. And that's what the Most High is showing us. Like when you see stories like this happening in 2022, 2023. This is not 1900s, 1800s anymore. This is the 2020s. And we still getting lynched. Like what else you need to see? The Christian church failed us. They said you don't have to follow what God said. Oh, you don't have to believe in the law. You mentioned the law, statutes, and commandments to an average Black person today. They're gonna say the what? The laws. What is that? That's the Christian church, man. They told you not to believe in God, believe in man. You understand? Don't believe in the devil, man. Not what the scripture say, Salakia. It said not to believe in man, but the word of the Most High. You understand? That's why. Sir, I'm paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? That's why in ISUPK, man, we believe in the word of the Most High, which is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Go ahead.
Real quick. I ain't been here in a minute.
I'm
back. If I could, if you could, Baba Kushai, give me Ezekiel 35:6. Here's what you have to understand. The Lord is going to repay that brother justice. He's going to grant that brother justice for what's happened to him. You understand? And all the other brothers and sisters that died a cruel death by the hands of these monsters. The Lord is going to repay them. You understand? Like here's the thing, which the Lord said, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. This is what the saints is faithfully waiting patiently for. That's right. This is how you know the Christian church ain't it.
So even what you saying that for Christians to say God loves everybody and he knows your heart and all that, but that same scripture that the brother just pulled out just shows you that the real saints are waiting for their payment with the sword. Damn right. And those saints are in the UPK.
And if I could, if you could go ahead with that scripture, Baba Kushai.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 6. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord God.
Saith who?
Said the Lord God.
I want y'all to understand, this ain't the UPK's words. This come from the prophet Ezekiel, who's relaying a message from the Lord.
Right.
You understand? This is how the Lord feel about our oppressors that's constantly being cruel and evil, wicked bastards to the Lord's chosen people that are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead.
I will prepare thee unto blood.
I will do what?
I will prepare thee unto blood.
For all the rape, robbery, and murder, for the Trail of Tears, for Trayvon Martin, for this brother that just got lynched. They marred this brother. What did they say? Salaga, sir, did they say?
Salaga, his family recovered his body. We ain't even gonna get in the article. I tell you what happened.
Kind of what kind.
So the brother was delivered. He was at work. He was a delivery driver. He started being chased. He had a disagreement. He had a disagreement with his boss. And his last thing he did was text his family, but their mom, I'm being chased. I think I'm in danger. I'm being chased by a pickup full of white men. And then the next thing you know, they found his brother's body in the woods, decapitated and fully lynched. When his family got a hold of his body, it said it looked like he had been attacked by animals. And he was attacked by animals. Right. He was attacked by some bloodthirsty beasts, the monsters that rule over us, like Lacum is saying, that need to be charged for their crimes. Right. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Lacum.
And if I could, this is why the Lord said, I will prepare thee unto blood.
Right.
You understand? Because you didn't have no compassion in your goddamn heart for a brother that was homeless. You understand? You didn't have any compassion in your heart for a brother that didn't care about you. He was living his own life. You understand? He was trying to be a good American citizen. And you slaughtered him. Right. So the Lord said, what?
I will prepare thee unto blood.
Go ahead.
And blood shall pursue thee.
And blood is going to chase after you. Thus said the Lord.
Right. Hey, and anybody that tunes in and watches this now live or in the future, you know, the future is still here. You know what I'm saying? We don't care what you think. The Lord is saying this. It's not something that the ISUPK made up. It's not something that the brothers on the latest podcast made up. He just read you directly from the scriptures. Blood is, and rightfully so that blood should pursue them. Rightfully so, blood should chase these people down. They love blood so much they eat and drink it. You know what I'm saying? How bloodthirsty of a race of people do you have to be that you literally eat raw meat and suck the blood down? You know what I'm saying? You are the vampire. You know what I'm saying? You are the werewolf, the lichens. you are the movie monsters that you made up. You made it up after yourself. You know what I'm saying? Those describes your inner characteristics and your spirit. The people that rule over us are the mummy. You know what I'm saying? They are Frankenstein. You know, they are Freddy Krueger and Jason and Michael Myers. That's their fantasy. Yeah, it's horror. It's a horror movie. It's just a movie. It's entertainment. Those are their fantasies that they wish they could live out. And the sad part is that they do live out those fantasies on us. Whenever they catch us by ourselves, whenever they find an opportunity, they lust for your blood so much, they're going to take advantage of that opportunity. They're going to yank you into the woods. You know what I'm saying? They're going to rape your woman. They're going to molest your child. They're going to cut your head off and make it look like you got attacked by a goddamn grizzly bear. You know what I'm saying? They are going to break in your house. They're going to do all of their evil imagination on you when the opportunity arrives, because that's just who the hell they are. Go ahead.
What you're saying is so goddamn heavy, Salakia. Here's why this story hit different for me. I thank the Lord for protecting me when I was young. Because if he didn't, that would have been me that y'all was reading about. I had devils chase me home and down in Florida to hang me. It literally could have been me, because they got such a bloodthirst to kill niggas. You understand? And what you're saying is so heavy, which is why the Lord has to deal with these monsters. This is why you hear us in Sabbath service when we pray Psalms 83. Right. This is why when we get to Psalms 83, if you notice, the atmosphere shift. You understand? Like the tone of our voice it go from just saying a prayer to more of an aggression.
Damn right.
Because like that Psalms 83, it hits different. We're begging the Lord, don't keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Right. Hold not thy peace. Don't be still with these monsters no more. Right. Execute vengeance upon them. All the stuff that we've been through, we're tired of it.
Damn right.
Salakia.
Damn right. Go ahead.
He finna have a devil tuning in. He finna have them crying. Hey, that's one thing I just get officer look up. He gonna let the devil.
Oh, hey, if I could. We're going to shoot for the first digital boot kits. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna try. Please, excuse me to all our Caucasian brothers. How you doing? We don't hate you. Now that's a fact. We don't. They call us a hate group. We don't hate you. We're just speaking against the things that your ancestors have done to us. So please don't take it personally. We do have a way for you to repent and show that you do love Black people. So if you ever do, come on, watch the show, get in the comment board. We're going to give you proper instruction on what you need to do to redeem your soul. Right, look, hey,
Salaki, if I may too as well, you know, what Lacan was saying is very heavy, because I think a lot of this is due to the Christian leadership that we've had for over 500 years in slavery, that has been telling us that the laws is done away with, and that the rules are no longer, we have to follow anymore, because that's what the oppressor taught him.
Mm-hmm.
The oppressor taught him how to destroy his people.
Right.
And, here's the part I don't understand. If the laws are done away with, why ain't the punishment? You understand? If your Christian pastor can tell you that the laws are done away with, then why are there still some people that's getting punished? You understand?
Hey, you know why? Because your Christian pastor is a disgusting, money-grubbing liar. Period. The biggest liar, and the biggest liar next to the so-called white man is your Christian pastor. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest lie in your life. I don't care how much a woman or a man has lied to you in your life. These bastards, these disgusting bastards, are out here disguising themselves as spiritual leaders, and they're supposed to be leading you to a place where you're a better person and you're going to get salvation. And they pimping salvation. You know what I'm saying? They telling salvation, get out up on the corner and fill up them collection plates. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's just utterly ridiculous what they're doing. You know what I mean? And because we have been misled so much, you know what I mean, is the reason that this brother got decapitated. You know how his mom felt when she got that message and then didn't hear from him? And then next thing you know, she in the morgue looking at his mangled body. But we're supposed to forgive these people, right? We're supposed to look at these people and have some type of sympathy for them, right? No. You know what I'm saying?
No, you good.
Oh, okay, so like I thought it was, but you know what I'm saying? The only sympathy we're gonna have, I am gonna have sympathy. I'm gonna feel real sympathetic when that whip lashes across their back when they're in captivity. And I'm gonna feel so sympathetic that I'm gonna reduce their lashes by 5.
See, that's good.
You know what I mean?
That's mercy. That's mercy.
That's mercy.
That's mercy, right?
5 less lashes on your back.
You are a merciful brother.
We are merciful. The Lord is merciful. I should be merciful. 5 less lashes.
If I could,
Right.
I'm minusing 1.
See? So you better.
They gonna get 5.
So you brothers better hope you oppressors better hope you are the Officer Bayard jurisdiction, because he gonna lessen 5 whips for you. This brother's gonna give you the whole thing.
Michael Watt said they only get fed once a day on my plantation. Yes, sir. Hey, look, come on down to chocolate candy land. This is where you want to be. When you're on there, there's petition to come to my plantation. I guarantee it'll be the greatest experience of your life. However long or short that life will be, it'll be great for you. You'll love it. You won't get beat as much. Now, do keep in mind, though, my name is 100 Hands. So, Salakia.
And if I may real quick, like Commander General Honda, he said this once. He said, no matter like the rulers, like how they in rulership now, even if we was in rulership, we would never. And I know the Bible tells us, hey, that's they double their cup to they field. But as just our people in general, because of the compassion that we have, and we actually have compassion, and they have no compassion. We would never do the things to them that they did to us.
Right.
We would never do it because our compassion is the same compassion that our Lord, Yahweh Shamashiach, has. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's difficult for us. Of course, we're going to say, yeah, we're going to do it. That's why he said, I'm gonna minus it 5 lashes. He said that because he has mercy. He has compassion. Because that brother has compassion too. He said, I'm going to minus it times 1.
See?
But if you didn't have compassion, you would never minus it. You would just say, I'm giving everything they owe.
Plus.
Yeah, because the Bible tells us to do it.
Salaki, and if I may real quick, the white man does not, they don't minus no lashes.
No.
We get 6. I've watched videos of a black man get shot down and he's already dead, and you're still shooting bullets inside of him. You don't have the mercy that we have.
Damn right.
You understand? You are an animal that continues to devour us even after we're already destroyed, and that's the reason why you have to go in chains.
That's right.
And the merciful people have to be put in rulership so we can run the world correctly.
Damn right.
If I could, what you're saying is so heavy. That's literally what I was going to say. This is why niggas, spicks and savages, has to rule the world.
That's right.
Because we're the most merciful people on the planet.
Damn right.
You understand? Like these evil, wicked bastards. This Salakia, like you led us on a trail of tears.
Mm-hmm.
Like you took all women's babies because the babies was crying, and because you couldn't deal with little infants crying, what babies do. They wasn't your babies, so you didn't have compassion to let them live because they was little nigga babies.
Right.
Because they was little spick and savage babies.
Yep.
You didn't have compassion, so you bashed their head among trees and you caused a trail of tears. And because of that, I'm going to be thankful to the Lord when I can take your babies and I can dash their babies against the stone.
That's right.
You did it to us.
Damn
You
right.
did it to us. The scriptures say, repay unto them double. You did it to us.
Yep.
That way, you can really feel empathy. You'll know what my foremothers felt.
Right.
You'll know what my forefathers felt when
Right.
they couldn't hold their babies in their hands no more. Now you have to pay. And I thank the Lord for being a man of justice.
Damn right.
Salah.
Damn right. Go ahead. Doc.
I just wanted to, like, for the listeners that's listening in, can we actually get the like the details on the story?
Oh, come. Yeah,
About
come,
what
come.
happened to the brother?
Hey, go ahead with the story, Raj. Mm-hmm.
The horrific imagery is long searched into the minds of the Black Americans and imprinted in the history of Black American South. A black man hunted down, beaten bluntly, run over, hung over a pecan tree, drunk behind a pickup truck, or shot in broad daylight as he jogs through his own neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
If I may, like this story it came out like earlier this year. This is not something that just recently happened. This
Right.
happened like I believe in February.
Yeah, God.
So and they try to like dust it under the rug, like and not really put it on the forefront about what happened. But of course, the priests and prophets and I, as you became the commander Journey and Hannah, we're gonna put what's happening to our people on the forefront.
Damn right.
This is what's still happening in 2023.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? So we need to know these things. Black people in America, Hispanics in America, Native Americans need to know what's going on with us in this place.
Damn
What's
right.
still the injustice is still taking place, like literal lynchings.
Right.
Like it's not just shooting down like you see with Trayvon Martin. Like they literally decapitating people still, like they was doing back with Emmett Till.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it just proves what we're saying. It proves why we have to go out here and wake our people up and tell our people to get away from these insanely maniac people.
Damn right. Hey, and it's just in our best interest. Listen, I know they love to every year talking about, people marched and had water hoses placed right on them and dogs sicked on them. And you couldn't have, look, man, you right. I wouldn't have been in that bull crap. You know what I'm saying? In 1969, Lord willing, I would have been following behind Abba Bibbins.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would not have been foolishly out there getting sprayed with water hoses and dogs sick on me, so I can join the people that are spraying me with water hoses and sicking dogs on me. What kind of I almost short circuited, so like it. What kind of sense does that make? You are marching and fighting to join the people that are trying to kill you. They were lynching you, spraying you with water hoses, shooting you, beating you, raping your women. And you said, I want to join these people. This is where I want to be. I want to be over there with these people. It makes perfectly logical sense for me to join them. Maybe if I join them, they'll stop killing me. No, idiot, you just moved yourself closer and made yourself more available. They had to come into our neighborhoods to get us, right? We were building our neighborhoods up to be strong. We fall for that ignorant imagery to make it look like we were staying in shanty towns and shacks and stuff like that. But we had at one point airstrips. We had doctors and lawyers in abundance. We had teachers in abundance. Every generation, men used to always wear suits. You look at them old pictures, I'm talking about from little boys up to grown men. Black men wore suits every day. You know what I'm saying? They wore slacks and shirts and tried to look professional and, you know what I'm saying, have some sense of pride about them. And even a broke, poor brother would go and he'd have one good suit and he would wear that suit until holes was in it. He'd wear the sole off the bottom of some damn dress shoes because we had greater aspirations and then we joined with these oppressors. Go ahead.
If I may, sir,
go ahead.
That's just so heavy and on point with what you bringing out, especially with this, because you got to think about this point. A black man or our people, Black, Hispanic, Native American, we always say, you know, or we don't say it, but we do this in life. If we follow the oppressor, maybe we can make money. Right. If we follow the oppressor, maybe we can have a big house. Or maybe we can have a nice car, but they never look at this like when I follow the oppressor. Maybe you might be on the other side of the dog leash that let loose the dogs on black people. You might be on the other side of the water hose that spray our black people. Right. You're gonna be on the other side of the police officer that go beat a man to death because he's your own people. They don't understand that along with the life of you, you know, joining the oppressor as far as wealth and money and all these other things, you're also gonna do another thing. You're gonna kill your people. That's right. Because they have the spirit to hate Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. And guess what you're gonna get? You're gonna get the same spirit. That's
right.
So if I may, real quick, and I'm gonna try to do this real fast. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7. And this is the part in our history where the Lord is giving us the remedy to how not to be in these positions, the positions that we're in right now. And what we have not done is listen to the Lord. We have not listened to the Lord and realized that in the past it didn't work, and in the future it won't work because the Lord has already set this to be, you know, abstract to us, a destruction for us. Go ahead, read that scripture if you could.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old.
Remember what?
Remember the days of old.
Remember the times past and what happened in those times. Read.
Consider the years of many generations.
Consider the years of many generations. So since the 40s, 50s, 60s, hell, since slavery. Consider all those times and look and realize what has happened in between that time and where you're at now. Read.
Ask thy father.
Ask what?
Ask thy father.
That means ask. When we say that you can hear the blood, the cries of the dead man in the streets, that's you asking your fathers. Those same men who died and had to be an example for why you shouldn't be around these monsters, they're crying to you saying, do not join these monsters. Right. You understand? Read.
And he will show thee.
He will what?
He will show thee.
Guess who showed us? Our fathers, Emmett Till, our forefathers. Right. Tyree Nichols and all these brothers who were a part of this system that killed them for being black, they showed us already why we shouldn't join these bastards. Right. And right now, if you're not waking up to who we supposed to be in this culture for Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, you are not being the system of father to the next generation of people who may consider joining these monsters. If you're not waking up these brothers that's coming soon after us, you will not be beneficial to the race and the culture of Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. Today is your day to wake up.
Damn right. Hey, go ahead.
The scripture you brought out, sir, was so heavy because that parallels right along with the scripture that where it says, ask the birds, ask the animals, and they'll show you who the devil is. You understand like that? Ask the water buffalo. Right. You understand? Ask the eagles. Right. You understand? Ask the saber-toothed tiger. Right. The saber-toothed tiger gonna tell you who the goddamn devil is. I'm right. You understand? Salakia.
Right now, what you said is right. Look, ask the Aborigines down in Australia. Oh, you can't because the white man wiped them out. That's a race. We can talk about animals. We can talk about races of people. These people are savage. They called our Native American brothers savages. They're the true savages.
Right.
Hillary Clinton called black men super predators.
Right.
They're the real super predators.
That's right.
The super predator has slyly maneuvered its way around the world and hunted down everything that it set its eyes on, from the animals to the people. That's the super predator. That's the creature that's destroying the world. Black people are not destroying the world. Our biggest thing is we got to stop trying to destroy each other to try to please that master. Everything we do is trying to please him and indoctrinate ourselves and ingratiate ourselves to him and become a part of his culture. From the way we dress to the way we talk, the way we interact with each other, how we betray each other at the drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing that since the plantation. You know what I'm saying? That's because of the oppression that's been heaped on us. That's because of the destruction that's been put on our community. You know what I'm saying? Brothers are not fit anymore to lead households, and sisters are not fit anymore to raise households. Want to know why? Because of our oppressor. Because of this monster that keeps his foot on our neck. So when black men and black women who got this war with each other look at each other and start pointing fingers, what you need to do is look at the beast that's standing behind you, that wound you up. You know what I'm saying? That put a battery in your back and have you confronting each other. You know what I'm saying? That put in when our families were whole, they separated us. And I ain't talking about just the plantation. I'm talking about in the so-called civil rights era, when they came with the welfare system and they had, you couldn't have a man in the home. First off, to get on welfare, you had to have about 12 kids. You know what I'm saying? And then you had to not have a man in the home. So what brothers were doing to try to take advantage of the system and getting out of poverty was, okay, baby, you go get this apartment. You go get this money and take care of our kids. I'm working 3 jobs and can't make ends meet. I'm slaving myself to death and still can't provide for my family. So they emasculated black men from the door with just the inequities in the work system, in the workforce. Then they took our women and we saw an opportunity to try to work the system. But then the woman got in there and she got the house and the kids were happy. She got the welfare money and the food stamps. And everything balanced out. Oh, but you can't have that black man here. If he get caught in the house at any given time, he can't even come to visit. If he gets caught in the house by the social worker, all y'all out in the streets, and you may end up owing the government money and possibly go to jail.
Unless you call the cops.
Or right. Now, so the black man falls back. Then they come in with that with that stupid ass women's right movement, that women's liberation movement. You know what I'm saying?
If I may, like, just because you on that topic, I did some research on this women's rights movement. Now you know everything the UPK talk about. We have to bring it out real heavy. The women's rights movement was all about women being homosexuals.
Right.
The whole movement was about black women becoming homosexuals. I did a whole documentary, everything. I done read everything. Now that's why I said civil rights. The women's rights movement was part of civil rights. That's why I said civil rights was all about you having sexual deviancy.
That's right.
You wanted to have sex with whatever you wanted to. Women's rights was a part of the civil rights movement. That's exactly why it's pushed so much on us, just like it is today.
Right.
Just like being black men being with white women is so much of big news because black men in the black society believes it's right. But the white society knows that it's wrong.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But,
and go ahead.
If I could, sir.
Go ahead. You got it.
I gotta ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Because our sisters call themselves queens.
Right.
Right. What queen fights for equality?
That's heavy.
If you could. That's a question to you, sir.
Hey, I wish we had that soundboard. We'd have done
That could be a
it.
t-shirt.
That could be a t-shirt. That'd have been
If
that.
you're a queen, why you fight for equality?
Right. That's that missile dropping sound. Boom. Did that just blow your mind? If you're a queen, I've never seen a queen in history that want to be equal with anybody. A queen wanted to be better than the queen in the kingdom next to them. You know what I mean? They wanted their king to be the greatest king on earth, so no one could be equal to their kingdom and their rulership. So yeah, a queen is not equal to anybody.
Salaki and these same ones who claim to be queens,
Mhm.
calling us kings and want to be equal with us. Like, what king has ever been equal to a queen?
To a queen.
You know what I'm saying? In history, it never has happened until today, when blacks and Hispanics think that they can be kings and queens.
Now, do you see the madness? This is what happens when you follow after your oppressor. When you have bullcrap leaders in front of you that are money-hungry dogs, that are selfish, that have strange lusts. They want to go after strange flesh, like the scriptures say. You know what I mean? And they have no care for their own people. I know it's hard to accept that Dr. Martin Luther King didn't give a damn about black people, but you got to accept it, because look at our condition following his dream.
Right.
He said that he told Harry Belafonte, I fear I led my people into a burning house. You know why you led them into that burning house? Because you was following after white women and the white man's money. It's a movie called All the Way about Lyndon B. Johnson. It's a good movie. And in that movie, they showed how Lyndon B. Johnson led Dr. King around by a string. If you want that check to clear, you're going to do what I say. Right. If you want this, and this is from tapes, Lyndon B. Johnson was paranoid. He had recordings in the White House. You know what I mean? They recorded a lot. J. Edgar Hoover recorded a lot of the stuff in the White House. So then they took the recordings and the history and the documents and the notes and made a movie about it. Dr. King was nothing but a greedy dog.
Just like your past.
Just like your greedy, selfish past. And if I could, rest in peace to that brother. What's the brother's name that got lynched? We need that. That's another name to add to the list of never forget. Never forget. You know what I mean? This brother. Just like we won't forget Trayvon Martin. Just like we won't forget Sean Bell. We won't forget Eric Gardner. We won't forget. Say again? Rasheem Carter. Never forget Rasheem Carter. Never forget this brother. Because he suffered a horrible, brutal, terrifying death. He lived a horror movie. He was killed in a horror movie. Go ahead.
And he had to deal with that death just so the Lord's prophecies can come to pass. You got to realize he was the example for us to look at. When I just read the scripture about look at the fathers of old, these brothers are your fathers of old. They're showing you exactly how not to live. And how not to live is the way that Martin Luther King told you to live.
That's right. That's right.
I just got one more question, sir. Just one more
He
question.
heavy on the questions.
I see right here. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Back to water.
Hey, next time, we should have played the
Welcome
back.
back. Right.
Welcome back.
You got some.
Wait, no.
Some of these niggas
You know,
yelling.
Ramawan is a singer now. I thought Lacombe was the R&B dude. On the latest, he's a singer.
I do a little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy a little bit. If I could, Salaki,
Go ahead.
the world went in uproar over the brother that had a knee on over George Floyd.
Oh, the devil.
Conor McConnell.
Yeah.
Here's my question: who's gonna go in uproar over this brother? I've yet to hear about the world going in chaos, and this brother got brutally marred.
Yep.
10 times worse. Then don't get me wrong. The way George Floyd died was horrible. You understand? If there was a priest and prophet around, we'd have gave our life for that brother.
Damn right.
You understand? But who's going to protest for this brother? Who's going to say, God damn, these monsters are cruel, evil, wicked bastards over Rasheem Carter? Who's going to do it?
I can answer that
It's a
question
lot.
real easy. The men, the priests, the prophets, the sisters, the children of the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana are the ones that are going to They already did they're marching. That's why it's in the news right now, because they did a couple little marches. You know what I mean? To try to find some charges and prosecute some people. Listen, man, we know that these devils don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? And that marching don't do nothing. It don't change anything. It's a waste of time and energy. But it's done by people that want to be seen and say, I did this. You did nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the only way that they would really care about Rasheem is if somehow it managed to be recorded. If your death can go viral. See, black man, when you die, you got to have a viral death. I don't mean, viral like you caught that package. You know what I'm saying? Not that viral. Don't do the wrong type of viral, okay? Don't do it. I'm just saying. They be like, he said I had to go viral, and look. Hey, I'm just saying. But Your death has to be broadcast to the world on YouTube and Twitter, you know what I mean, and TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Your death has to be broadcast for anybody to give a damn about you. But if you die in the lone terrors of the night like that brother did, in a place where nobody could hear him scream, nobody could hear him yell and plead for help, with Michael Myers, Jason, and Freddy, and Chucky were all together in one bunch killing this brother, you know what I mean? If you don't die, if you die in that fashion, nobody gives a damn about your death. You're just another nigga gone. Go ahead, Ash.
And it's just making so much perfect sense why, you know, like y'all was just speaking on the sisters, it comes forward to this type of situation with the sisters and not realizing when they speak on black men needing this money and needing to be this perfect man, I need him to be already put together and all of this and that.
Right.
You know, they not thinking about the oppression that we're dealing with. They not thinking about us being in the situation that we in, being the most hated man on the face of the earth. The man that everybody thinks that he's nothing. The man that everybody thinks that he's just a thug and he's a killer and he ain't worth nothing. And all he really loves is just, you know, just being a bum. That's all he really wants to be. And the sisters don't have the wisdom. That's why we here to give the true wisdom of the Most High to the airwaves.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And let people know that we need the Most High's words in our minds. That's the only way things is going to change. That's the only way people are going to start realizing what we need to do as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I'll just leave it at that.
Hey, and what you're bringing out is, so hey, listen, man, 100% facts. You know what I'm saying? That's why we do what we do. That's our purpose, and we're going to continue to do it. And we're going to continue to speak upon the brutal, cruel treatment of our people and make it publicly known. From the least known brother that gets killed to the most famous brother that gets killed, we're gonna make it known to the world. All right, and rest in peace to that brother. Our heart goes out to that brother's family. Hopefully, someone pays for that crime. You know what I mean? And some type of justice is given for the brutal murder of that brother. You know what I mean? Never forget that brother. Let's go. Unfortunately, we do have to move on to the next story. What's next, Raj?
Grand jury could get case next week of New York man choked to death on subway.
Good night. So from one brutal murder to another, this one had a video. See, you see what I mean? Look, this next story proves my point. They all over New York protesting his death. They questioning the mayor. They're calling for justice. They're in the streets, rah, 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 because his death went viral. Because there's a video of the brothers there. You got the video, Raj? I can't, but just because, and the video is so disgusting. Because I haven't even seen it. It's horrible. Raj is gonna pull it up. So the only way they give a damn about Blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans dying if it's on video. You know what I mean? If it can be seen, if it can go viral, and they can watch it 50 times a day. Then after maybe the 38th time, they start to feel some sympathy. You know what I mean? By the 45th time, they're trying to organize. So definitely by the 50th time, they didn't watch it in a day. Now they feel like they love Black people. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Just be real quick. Give me Revelation 11:8. And this is something that we've been dealing with for so long, man, since Christ. Like they claim to love Christ. Same way they claim to love Black people, right? Yep. We ask this question, right? Do you love Black? This is one question we asked during camp to those oppressors that come up to our camp. What's the first question we had? So do you care about the spite of Black people? Do you care that your forefathers did something to Black people that is still affecting the Black community today?
Right.
And they say, yeah, I love Black people. I have Black friends. My wife's nephew is Black. This is what they say, but yet behind closed doors, they are crucifying you, Black man and Hispanic man and North American Indian.
Damn right.
Read what you got.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 11 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street.
You know what happened to these two last stories we just talked about? These two brothers' dead bodies lied in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? This is death that has happened on the side of our oppressors. That, like I said earlier, is an example to us what not to do. Read.
And of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Now, of course, today we're not in Egypt or we're not in Sodom, but the spirit in this country is the spirit of Sodom and Edom.
Right.
You understand? And our Lord was crucified in the same spirit that Sodom and Edom had, because they didn't want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Those brothers that was dying in those nations, in those places, we're dying just like they were. Because of what? Because we choose not to follow law, statutes, and commandments. Except for, here's the thing: Christ died and was crucified for being perfect. You understand? He was a perfection of what we supposed to live and we were supposed to embody. We're dying for not even giving half the effort that Christ have given. And this is what the men and the brothers of the ISUPK is trying to prove to you, blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians all over the world, that we want to be perfect just like Christ and share the same death. I want to share the same death as Christ. I want them to kill me because I'm so perfect. Right. This is what I want to die for. I don't want to die from high blood pressure from eating pork. I don't want to die from getting high blood pressure and all these diseases. I don't want to die from that. I want to die from you saying this nigga is just too perfect. We got to get rid of him.
Hey, Salaki, if I could, not to cut you off, let's let our viewers see this video. You know, for those of you that haven't seen the video, what did they say? Warning: graphic content may not be suitable for all audiences.
You got children. Maybe if they black, Hispanic, Native American, you probably want to let them see it.
Hey, your children, if your kids are watching the show, hey, Salaki, your little ones, but you need to see this. This is the reality that we live in. Play the video, Raj.
Subway death is likely heading for grand jury as early as next week. A 24-year-old Marine veteran put Jordan Neely, who was homeless, in a chokehold after witnesses say he was threatening other passengers. Protesters have called for him to be charged. Neely reportedly had a history of mental health issues.
Yeah.
That
was it. A little better video than that out there, if you could, Baba Kashar. But
show the video of the brother getting choked out. That's the video we need to see.
While he's getting that video, here's something that we gotta understand. Like this brother was begging for food.
Right.
Like, he's homeless. You wonder why the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, under our King Yahushua, under the Most High, is so enraged with this empire, because you got a brother like this begging for food. He's hungry. He haven't eaten, and he's looking for help. But his help, the people that's around him don't give a damn about him. You understand? Like, they don't care about his life. They care so little about his life that they chose to take it.
Okay, we got a question from a brother here on Clubhouse. I'm gonna raise him up to the room, and if he want to speak, you know what I mean. We do let brothers speak. He got his hand raised up. Oh no, it's to wild. Got to keep out in the Clubhouse though. But okay, Con. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You know what I mean? Like you said, that brother had mental health issues. That brother was homeless. And what he was saying was, I don't care if I go to jail. He was begging for food. It's not like, and then it's an article that says it's people that knew him because he was a Michael Jackson impersonator. He was the dancing dude on the subway. You know what I'm saying? You choked out little Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? And because he was so menacing, the brother looked like he weighed all of 106 pounds. He's soaking wet. You know what I mean? He was on the subway begging for food. He obviously was having a mental meltdown. You know what I mean? And this so-called ex-Marine and 2 other passengers jump up and attack the brother because he got loud. Man, look, I've been riding Chicago's train system for years. If we choked out every dude that jumped on there and got loud, it wouldn't be nobody on the goddamn train. Okay, sisters be on there loud and screaming at each other, ready to fight on their cell phones. Young dudes, old dudes, crazy dudes, homeless dudes, regular dudes. People be on there wilding out. That does not give you the goddamn right to choke somebody to death. And literally, do you got the video, Raj? Let's put this whole video up. You know what I mean? You can see how disgusting this was. This was an attack. This wasn't them trying to enforce some type of justice. This was murder. This brother was murdered. Let's get this right. Killed, assaulted, choked to death. No, he was murdered. That's right. By a racist white man. Two racist white men. And
a brother who don't give a damn about his own brother.
And a COON. I can't spell it right. I didn't say it. I just spelled it.
You can say it too.
You can,
this our damn part.
Coon. By a coon.
Yeah, look,
a foot shuffler.
Look, we're going to get cut off some of these stations, but I'm going to tell you something. We're going to get cut off righteously because we saying what the hell the Lord wants us to say. The Lord in here.
Damn right. Hey, play the full video, Rod, so brothers can see the how disgusting of an attack this and cowardly attack this was. Look at that. Look at him checking. It's not playing? No, it's not. I can't see the video. Hey, Salaki, just our engineer is having a little bit of. Let's see now. A little technical difficulty. Okay. Now, if you, I'm gonna talk as it plays. Now, you see the brother sitting there holding his hands down. That's a black man holding his hands down. And look at the Edomite checking how tight the chokehold is. Look how he's rocking with it. You see him rocking? The brother's not moving. Because he's dead now. You hear it. Take that back a little bit. Take that back a couple seconds. But listen to the cracker. Go ahead, read. Go ahead, play it. A little bit back.
That's nice, y'all. You hear me? We all be friends. My wife is really good. Then the storm. Military. Rain.
Cut it up. You gotta cut that footage. That's a storm. Military. He proud. He's bragging about how he just killed this brother. He probably wanted to kill half the brothers that was. He probably wanted to kill half the brothers that was in his platoon with him. He been waiting to kill a nigga. You know what I mean? He's fulfilling the lust of his fathers, which is hunting down black people and choking, literally choking the life out of them. That's disgusting. And then the brother that sat there holding his arm, all three of those men should go to jail and be charged with murder. That's right. Period, point blank.
Salaki,
go ahead.
I just saw that video and Salaki, because I know Commander Jerry, you brothers can say whatever the hell y'all want to about Commander Jerry Hunter. I won't let you say it in front of me. Damn right. But I'm gonna tell you something. This Commander Jerry Hunter had so much compassion. And I have that same compassion. When I seen that brother holding his arms, I'm thinking about I wanted to cry. Salaki, I ain't like I'm a hardcore dude. I don't cry much. You know what I'm saying? But that made me tear. I almost want to tear up because of the fact that I'm like, that's your brother. You gonna help your oppressor kill him? Mm-hmm. You actually gonna allow yourself to hold his arm? The brother could have had a chance. He might have had it. Maybe if the oppressor that held the one arm was holding his arm, but the one that was choking him, and if the black brother didn't hold his arm, he might have been able to swindle out the joint. But he didn't, because as always, our brothers went to help and assisted a suicide,
right,
or death,
or murder. If I could, like, you got something?
So like, I always say he's accessory to the crime.
Oh yeah, he's definitely an accessory to the crime. So like, but
he gonna be the only one who get charged for it.
right, his dumb butt. Because here's the thing, right? He holding the brother's arms down. The brother is trying to remove this devil's arm off his neck because he can't breathe. And he can't say, he said, I didn't mean to kill him. Yes, you did. Right. I practice martial arts. We are Hebrew Academy grad, or except Raj. Shalom, brother. No, just Lord be with you. You know what I mean? Maybe one day if he survived. But we know what it is. Okay? And when he had him in that chokehold, he had the legs locked around him. That's called a rear naked choke. That is one of the most deadly chokes, period. It's illegal for police to do it. It's an illegal move. You can't do it in UFC. You can't do it in wrestling. You can't, the police can't do it. You know what I mean? That's an illegal chokehold. You know what I'm saying? And when he rolled him over on his side, he wrenched it in. You already choking him till he can't breathe. When you wrench it in like that, you are crushing the windpipe. You are squeezing the rest of the air out so none can come in. He murdered that brother on purpose. And the sad part, if I could, the saddest part about it all is that New York City so-called criminal justice system still has not pressed charges against that devil to this day. Right now, that devil is walking. The police came up, detained him, interviewed him, and let him go. He's walking around free as a bird right now with no charges pressed against him. And they told him you can't leave the city. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
When why that brother, and I'll give it right to you after this, why that brother is walking freely for murdering somebody. Eric Gardner got killed for selling loose cigarettes.
Right.
This is what we got to realize. This is not our rest, man. It's like we have brothers that are dying for jogging in their own neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
This brother, what's his name? The last brother we were just talking about with the Rasheen Cart. Like these brothers are doing less than nothing and being put to death. While this oppressor, man, he gets to do whatever the hell he can murder the nation. He can murder everybody in the world that's black and Hispanic and North American Indian, and they will not get any justice for that death that that this brother has committed. And that was it.
So like Fernando Castillo, I always like a lot of brothers don't bring up Fernando Castillo, but this is one of the heaviest stories. That brother died in the car with his kids. Like the brother died in the car with his kids. He died. They killed him in front of his kids. Like I know we talk about Eric Garner, we talk about what I'm saying, all these brothers, Tamir Rice and all this stuff that but just think of the turmoil of a brother who did everything right. I got to conceal and carry. I got everything I need. I'm just trying to make sure I'm good. Right. And they kill you in front of your kids. And now, guess what? They killed 2 people. Or 3 or 4, whoever, how many kids you have. They kill you and they kill your kids. Your kids will never, ever come back from that.
Right.
So like just on top of that, they killed your superhero. That child's father was a superhero. And it's the same way they killed our superhero. To us, by showing us that Christ was white, they killed our superhero too. This is an agenda. You understand? That's it. Go ahead.
If I could, so like if I could say it one time.
Go ahead.
White man is the devil the Bible says.
That's right.
And they like to take our stuff off of the air because we lift up the skirts and show their inward part. We show them for who they are. You understand? Like we show them for the devils that they are. Yeah, like Commanding General Yohana said it. I never heard nobody say it as more perfectly as he did. Only a devil will take you and hang you on trees from city to goddamn city.
Right.
Only a devil will do that. And only a child of a devil will help him. Like there was a brother literally helped him kill a brother. Like, where's the love? Where's the compassion for your brother? You say Black Lives Matter, but then you turn around and assist the devil in murdering your brother. How can you fix your mouth to say you love your people when you turn around and you help a cruel, evil, wicked bastard murder your own goddamn brother?
Hey, and if I could, look, here's the thing with the whole Black Lives Matter. Look, we know that in America, Black lives don't matter, not even the Black people. Hell, the people that made the Black Lives Matter movement just got caught up for embezzling millions of dollars of that money. Right. Everything is a money grab. That's why I said early on in the broadcast that, you know, our leaders, the leaders of Black people outside of the UPK, if you're the real leaders of Black people are right here in the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? We don't take your money. We don't take your women from you. Well, the single ones. We're going to bring them in here and make them right. You know what I mean? But we're not taking your money from you. ISUPK is self-funded. You see this right here? You see these microphones, you see this backdrop, you see it's lights and cameras and all this stuff going on here. We pay for this ourselves. You know what I'm saying? When you see us on the corners teaching, them signs, the speaker systems, our schools, we pay for that ourselves. We don't take your money. We don't use your money. We go out here and slave our fingers to the bone and then work tirelessly after slaving to wake you up. That's how much we love our people. That's how much we are the true leaders of our people. You know what I mean? The real men of the Lord are in the ISUPK, period, point blank. You know what I'm saying?
If I may, that's so heavy. The Bible, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, says sell your garment for a sword. Now, this sword don't always, like, it can be your sword, your gun, whatever, but it's also, you know, your weapon.
Right.
What is our weapon as Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians? Our brothers. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I will sell my garment for any brother in this school. I will sell anything I have for any. I've done it.
Yeah.
I'm in it now.
Right.
I will sell anything for any brother in this school. And in order for us to have a kingdom again, you got to be the same exact way. So.
I'm right. And if I could, to prove that the leadership out here is hard, I wanted to get into these stories, but I'm just going to briefly look. Juanita Bynum is out there talking about she's going to charge you $1,500 to teach you how to pray. I thought, no, it's $1,500 now. No, she was in church talking about the Lord told me that you're gonna sow $1,000 seed. I need 21 people to give $1,000. She wanted $21,000 for going up there putting on that goddamn weak ass show. You know what I mean? Then she done turned around and talking about the reason that you can't get what you want because you don't know how to pray and worship. So she's charging $1,500 to teach you how to pray. You know what I mean? Then you got two pastors in Kenya who just got arrested because they didn't kill their congregation. They told these cats over in Kenya to fast until Christ returns. Jesus is coming. No, I'm gonna do in the Wakanda. Jesus is coming back. Jesus.
Hey, I hope Jerry Muhammad ain't watching this. You know, he said he hate how they say Jesus.
Jesus.
Here's the even crazier part about it. She charged you $1,000. 21 people. She asking 21 people for $1,000 to teach them how to pray. Is that
no? See, it's $1,500 to learn how to pray. It was $1,000 a piece for her getting up there talking about I coming in the morning. Come on, man.
Well, $1,500 to teach you how to pray. I'm gonna give you a nice little tip for Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. Christ already taught you how to pray. You just got to look at it in the Bible.
I mean, the last time I checked, you know what I'm saying? Look, you can go buy a $15 Bible and actually take 15 minutes to read it and save yourself $1,500.
Or just come to class.
Or just bring
9909
Roosevelt Road in Westchester, Illinois.
Or in Gary, Indiana.
Or 1530 William Street in Gary, Indiana. Or go to isupk.org and look up your city and find the local school in your area, and we'll teach you how to pray. Go right ahead.
125th Street, Harlem, New York.
Oh, wait, damn right. Headquarters under Commanding General Yohana. Listen, man, is save yourself some time and some money. Get out these goddamn churches, these whorehouses. Get out the church, get out the mosque, get out the temple, get out the whatever the hell it is that is not a school in the ISUPK. You know what I mean? And oh yeah, Con, we definitely gonna touch that before we get. We gotta go there. Listen,
like you were saying, like what Nita Bynum doing that is. This is how you know Christianity is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Christian singer. His name is Kalante Gavin.
Yeah.
The brother is young, but I remember 7 years ago when I was just coming out of Christianity. The brother had a video that went viral. He was in high school. He was singing this old Negro spiritual. It's damn near Negro spiritual. It's called "I Won't Complain." Everybody knows that song.
Right.
It went viral. A devil recorded that song. So what he did to repay her was he went back to his old high school, brought her back, took her in the same spot where she recorded him, gave her $10,000 cash, and then bowed to her and called her a queen.
Right.
And then he said, in his culture, which he's a Negro, he come from slaves. He said in his culture, it's not idolatry, but it's a sign of respect.
Right. Hey, thanks, Dr. King.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I could, man, look, let's just put the solid blame where it belongs. First is the Christian church. All your spiritual leaders are nothing but liars and dogs. Okay. And then if you go over to Africa, and everybody talking about, I'm gonna go back to Africa. Go on over there to Africa in that Christian church in Africa if you want to. They over there slapping, they slapping you, they beating you, they having sex,
drinking
holy breast milk. Oh, well, not saying that. See, now you're gonna know we can't bring that one up because now brothers is booking flights right now.
Hey, so did you see the post that just went viral when the girl talking to the African dude, and he said, "They're not us. Those African Americans is not us."
Yeah.
Like, it's viral right now. If you, I don't know if y'all ain't seen it or not. I know I seen it like 20 times already on my Facebook and my TikTok.
Share it with us so we can share it on all of them.
Right. And it's about time that the truth came. We're not Africans. Africans know it. It's the same. The sad part is that blacks in America don't know you're not an African. You are an Israelite. According to your genetics, according to your ancestry, according to history, archaeology, and the Bible. And your feet. And your feet. You got Israelite feet.
Africa, you got some ugly ass feet.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you put your foot next to an African foot, you will realize you're not no African. And your forehead.
Look, Barack Obama and his kids got some big ass.
They do got some.
No, they African.
They got them widescreen foreheads.
They look like they eat fufu out each other's head.
Panavision head.
They eat fufu off the same plate.
Right, man. Look,
have y'all been seeing the TikTok?
I've been seeing them TikToks.
The fufu, and then the other person put their hand and they just dip it in the little juice.
And they sucking their fingers and.
Y'all niggas is some animals.
And then look, black people come up with, well, that's an African culture. They share. Hey, look.
Everybody want fufu.
And sharing ain't caring all the time. You know what I mean? If you really care about me, keep your damn hands out my food. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it just.
Look, my son offered me a sucker with a piece of hair on it. He was trying to share, but he didn't care.
You know what I mean?
Believe me, he didn't care. I didn't want it. Believe me. But that, like, there's some things that is just not unplayable.
Anyway, Shalaki, Rob Bond said everything about them just musty, bro. Yes, sir. Yo, man. Hey, but like I said, go on there over back to Africa and go in one of them churches. They gonna have you drinking off the same communal titty, drinking breast milk. They gonna have you drinking out their tub. Talking about, when I bathe, the water becomes holy water. They didn't peeing on you. They putting their fingers inside of your woman. They do. Well, go ahead, Raj.
I don't know if y'all seen, but they really cook feces.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Go have one of them doo-doo pies. Go ahead. They got seasoning for it and everything. They literally. Hey, the crazy thing about the video where they were cooking the feces is the dude washed his hands before he went and picked up a handful of cow crap. Hey, he washed his hands and then went and grabbed a handful of cow dung and cooked it up into some type of like how them Jamaican beef patties look. He cooked it up into some type of doo-doo patty, and they were sitting there talking about
flour in it.
yeah.
They probably gonna try to rectify it by saying, well, cows all they eat is vegetation and grass, and it's healthy. Man, that is just you. Believe me, if the Lord wanted you to eat shit,
He would have made you a catfish.
He would've made you
There you go.
Hey, Princess Nicole said that's the Israelite way. We share plates. ... individually. Everybody get a plate. We believe in hygiene. Africans don't. They're gross. To quote David Chappelle, they gross, nigga. They gross. You know what I mean? Yo, Rob Bond on fire. Hold up. Hey, Rob Bond, you're gonna be on here next month. You earned your little spot. He said, I heard some of them dyed their hair with cow piss. Trust me, Israel, you don't want to be no damn African. Right. You know what I mean? Come on, man. I ain't never been to Africa. Don't want to go to Africa. Ain't seen Africa. The only land I want to see right now is home. I want to see Israel.
That's right.
I want to go to Israel and rule from there and live there and be where I am supposed to be.
Right.
To hell, only time I want to go through Africa is when we marching through there to get them goddamn nasty ass Africans in order.
I want to see Israel without it being infested with roaches.
Yeah, we got to get out. Yeah, them some devil roaches.
Them roaches gotta go.
Hey, so but with all that being said, yo, the Christian church, yo, it's time for y'all to come out of them churches and come into the actual sanctuary of the Most High. That's the ISUBK, the Commander of Yohana. I mean, what's next, Raj?
Next up on the latest podcast, 4 Proud Boy members found guilty of seditious conspiracy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. That is a prophecy coming true, because that dude Enrique Iglesias. That Enrique cat that called himself the leader of the Proud Boys.
He was a mulatto brother. Was it? I don't know.
I think he said his father's black and his mother is Hispanic. No, his mother Puerto Rican
or Hispanic. She Hispanic.
He is a brother, but he's the head. They done hype this cat up to consider himself to be the leader of the Proud Boys. Commander General Yohana checked the soul out of him. You know what I mean? And then predicted, and all of us knew the only person that didn't know this was going to happen was his dumb ass. Right. Predicted that you are going to take the fall. They put you in position so when they do something stupid, I think it's still wet under there. And you are going to take the fall. And guess what just happened? Guess what happened? Who can tell me what just happened to Enrique?
Salaki, I can't.
Go ahead.
The brother took the fall.
Damn right. Enrique just took the plunge, y'all. And they gave his dumb ass 14 years. They say that is the most time ever given for a sedition charge. He got more than anybody else in American history has ever gotten for insurrection and sedition. 14 years. Guess what? You were warned. Go ahead.
He wanted to be like his white friends. Mm-hmm. He wanted to be white. Mm-hmm. The judge showed him just how much of a nigga he really was.
Right. Right.
So like if I may real quick,
go ahead.
To bring this out because this is one of our biggest, and I'm talking about biggest. Big up to Officer of 1,000 Kari Yash out of Chicago. Big up to this brother. This is one of our biggest TikTok. I'm talking about we damn near went viral with this TikTok with the Proud Boys. Like what Commander Junior Yohana did to them brothers and the oppressors, the brothers and the oppressors,
right?
Was next to glorious. Like what he did to them, not only set up our Chicago school to have. I will say I might get checked for it later, but what by Captain Natsaka or whatever. We got one of the best TikToks in Israel right now. And we do. I can really say that because we put out that content, but that what Commander Junior Yohana did that day was should be written down and put in for this newest testament, because that was just great. Yeah. He befuddled every single brother in that Proud Boy joint. Like he at the end of it, I think they really wanted to be ISUBK.
If I could, my thing has always been this: the Proud Boys. What the hell? If you Black, Hispanic, or Native American, what the hell are you doing in a group called the Proud Boys? You know what I mean? That sound right. It do sound like a gay pride group. It sounds like a gay pride R&B group. You know how they had the Backstreet Boys? Now they got the Proud Boys, and they're gonna be singing about man love. It's like it. You know what I mean? But this cat, man, to put himself in position, and he was up there trying to interview with Commander General Yohana, all puffed up. He walk around his little combat vest on, all puffed up. Yeah, let's see how puffed up you are behind bars. You should have backed away. You had a chance to come into the UPK. You had the greatest man on the planet right now, the leader of all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the leader of our nation, actually reach out to you, interview with you, check your soul, and tried to give you some correction. But you want to be a proud boy, and now you finna be in the jail, boy, getting, oh boy.
What is a proud, Salaki, what is a proud boy?
LGBTQ.
Because what is it? Like you know, we had brought up the last episode we had. We brought the Proud Family joint.
Right.
So what is the Proud Family? That Proud Family is this like high strung family who has everything good going for them because they actually, you know, they follow the laws, do the things they supposed to do. They Black though. Right. Why do you have to be a Black?
A proud boy?
What's a proud boy?
Right. You know what? I have absolutely. It sounds LGBTQ.
It's definitely LGBTQ.
If I could, Proud Boy is a clown boy. That's what they really is.
There you go.
If I could, but I just wanted to make a point to say anybody that comes up against the ISUBK is a complete fool, and it gets publicized. You know, that's why I thank the Most High for putting us in the airways the way He did, like the way with Captain Tazariak. Shout out to Captain Tazariak. Absolute beast in the truth, you know what I'm saying? There's, you know, slaughtering opponents left and right. Of course, Commander General Yohana and all the generals, captains, and officers. But, you know, I just wanted to make a point to say, like, all the brothers that, you know, that's not in the truth, they consider themselves to be like on some type of higher learning, or like the Proud Boys, they want to be a unit, you know, and joining themselves in with a people that's on one accord. Right. But the truth of the matter is this: the only way you can be on one accord is if you're on one accord with God. Damn right. And they on one accord with them. They might be on one accord with themselves, but they went in that, like the Proud Boys went into the Capitol and did what they did. They was on one accord with themselves, but what they don't know is that the Lord is against them. And why nothing happens to us and we continue to flourish and brothers continue to flood into this truth, they're gonna continue to fall. They're gonna continue to things gonna continue to pop up in the news about them. They're gonna continue to be publicized about how they're wicked and they're doing evil things, and we're gonna continue to push this truth out and wake up so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in the spirit of the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
If I could, real quick, and we're gonna wrap up Enrique because he going to jail.
Before you do that, I just want to piggyback off him. Go ahead. 5 seconds. What the brother said is so heavy. You know what I'm saying? When he said that the Lord ain't with him, the Lord was like, you can tell who the Lord is with. Right. We went into Durham, North Carolina. We went down to the Raleigh, North Carolina Convention Center, and when they found out who we were, when they found out, they called us a terrorist organization, right? Am I mistaken about this? They called us a terrorist organization. They allowed what they deem as a terrorist organization inside of a federal, inside of a state building, and host our 54th annual Passover.
That's right.
And when we was in there, guess what we did? We talked shit about them. I'm saying this to say, this is how you know who the Lord is with. When the Lord is with you, no enemy can defeat you.
That's right.
There is no winners but the Lord. You understand?
And Salaki, one second. Salaki, here's the thing about Enrique. He wasn't even there at the Capitol when the so-called insurrection happened. He didn't give the order. He's their leader. They did that on their own. And he's getting punished. And they even said, even though he wasn't there, and they have evidence that he didn't give the order, they just kind of recode him. He didn't got because he's the head of the Proud Boys, and everybody under his leadership, everybody under that banner the leader is responsible. You know what I mean? That's what he gets that's what happens when you're the leader of a white racist organization, and your black ass is there talking about, yeah, we're all equal in here. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki, if I may, just bringing that up because you brought that was heavy as hell. What you bringing up? That's extra heavy. RICO was made for blacks, Hispanics.
It was
Native American Indians.
named after a Hispanic man, RICO.
So you guys just look at this. Like when you do something wrong, like if you have an organization like that, and you on top of the organization, like the brother was on top of the organization, he thought he was sweet. He said, I got some white brothers. I got a lot of white brothers. He called them white brothers. They weren't just white brothers, but I got a lot of white people with me or whatever. I mean, this might get work. Donald Trump kind of messed with us a little bit too. So I'm, you know what I'm saying? And he realized the hard way. General Muhammad always say this: you either gonna learn through the ISUBK or you gonna learn the hard way.
Hey, and
that brother learned the hard way.
He learned the hard way. Hey, go ahead,
I could. What both of y'all are saying is so heavy. All I was gonna say is, brothers is gonna learn soon to give Commanding General Yohanan the respect he deserves. He's telling you literally what's gonna happen to you before it happened. He told the brother what was gonna happen to him.
Yeah, he told
and we all watched it play out before our eyes, and he watched it happen to him. Yep. You're gonna learn to give this brother the respect he deserves, and you're gonna call him a prophet. And you're gonna say, surely there was a prophet among me, and I didn't heed to him.
Right.
It's like
And Salaki, Enrique, we have a prison system. We have a prison program in your city. Wherever you at, it ain't too late. You see that our prophets tell the truth, so go ahead and get with the brother in your city. And you
and look, don't you say what? Let go of that pride, because be proud boy. You're gonna be in prison with a different type of pride if you don't let it go. Let go of that pride. Don't drop the soap. Get in all black. Contact the local ISUPK. I'm just saying, I'm giving them good advice. Yeah, and contact the UPK in your area and have the brothers come out there and raise you up in a real organization that is going to be the most powerful organization on this planet. Right. You know what I mean? And it's going to be the ruling body on this planet, along with next to our King, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we got one last story, and this is the absolute latest news that just happened last night. Come on, Raj, what's the latest?
Carl, last up on the latest. Chris Brown arguing with Usher in a video. Admitted reports of Vegas fight.
So Chris Brown, now look, I'm talking about the two singingest, dancingest Negroes on earth just got into a fight last night. Now that's ridiculous. Right. That is you know what, we have to cover everything, even this celebrity nonsense. Chris Brown and Usher got into a fight last night over a bitch. And neither one of them are dating her. Neither one of them are sleeping with her, well, that we know. Right. You know what I mean? But they got in a fight. Like, they got an article there. Let's blaze through this article real quick.
Usher and Chris Brown got into a heated argument last night, which apparently led to some sort of scuffle that got violent outside. And TMZ has a video that led up to that.
The video is weak. We're not even gonna show the video. All right.
It didn't show a lot. If I may, Usher actually created this party for Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? It was for him. So, you know, for a brother to put all his money and his time and sacrifice all that to a brother and then end up getting beat up at the end of the day by his entourage is just so it's becoming so norm for black Hispanics, North American Indians in America, man.
Right.
It's becoming something that is so typical of us. Every time we go out and we do things together, we just same thing with what's the Migos, the Migo brother name? What Takeoff? It's Takeoff. They wasn't Migos wasn't in a place where they wasn't around brothers that they kicked it with. These are brothers who they are normally around and they cool with.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening was a brother lost his life for it.
Over a dice game.
Over a dice game. If I could, for 1 second, if you can give me Deuteronomy 28 and what you got? 54.
You know, if I could.
Go ahead.
That scripture is exactly what we use. Everybody knows.
I'll let you take it then, sir.
No. Let them hold it. I just want to say this. Like you said, Usher threw a birthday party for Chris Brown. You know what I mean? And in the midst of it, I'm not going to jump. I know I'm jumping ahead on the article. You know what I mean? What was the sister's name that they was arguing over?
Tayana Taylor.
Tayana Taylor. Chris Brown was. But here's the thing. To summarize everything that happened, well, it was just very unbrotherly. I'm gonna let Raj.
Is she? She is with my Shucker, right? Yeah.
Right. All right, but here's the thing: they weren't arguing because of like, "Hey, I'm with her." The argument was very stupid. It was a dumbass argument and a reason for these brothers, two superstars, to get into a fight. Right. But go ahead and break the scripture down.
Salaki, sir, if you could. Give me that.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54.
Mm-hmm.
So that the man that is tender and among you.
That's what?
That is tender among you.
I knew. Go ahead.
Chris Brown and Usher. That is what? I knew you was gonna get it. That's what his favorite.
I know.
My bad. No. See how they do me, American. See how they do me.
You got her the head. She needs 2 months.
Cal be getting that call from Cap like, my yard. I done told you talk too much.
No, you got it out.
No, you got it. I just that part.
That man that's tender among you, man. This is a soft man. This is somebody who's emotional. You understand? Read.
And very delicate, man. He's been touched and beat up so much in life that everything that you do to him, it can trigger him. You know what I'm saying? He's so easily provoked. Go ahead, read. His eyes shall be evil.
His eyes shall be what?
Shall be evil.
Go ahead.
Towards his brother, man. And that's what happened in this situation. You know, these brothers are, I'm going to tell you, they both singers. Chris Brown is one of my favorite singers in, you know what I'm saying, in ever. Right. You understand? And then Usher, you know what I'm saying? Usher is Usher. But at the end of the day, whatever conspired.
Hold on, I can't let you do that. Wait, I can't let you do that. Hey, wait, like Salaki.
He said an Usher. He's like an Usher.
Wait. This is the latest. Salaki, this how we get out. I ain't gonna do that. Usher, one of my favorite singers of all time.
Look, this ain't finna turn into the LeBron James, Michael Jordan thing.
Yeah, they just did.
But I tell you this, you know what I'm saying? Those two brothers, man, and them getting into it, and those two brothers getting into an issue is because, you know, they were emotional. And what the UPK builds is men who don't get emotional. Right. We build men. You know what should have happened last night when them brothers was in conflict? Somebody should have said, "Hey, let me holler at you, man. Sit in the car. Let's talk." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Instead of sending your goons at another brother, man. This is the same tactic that the Italians used to use on each other. They used to send their own brothers to go and kill you. Mm-hmm. And because the Lord said in Deuteronomy 28 and 54 that your eye was going to be tender and soft, and everything that your brother did to you was going to easily push your buttons. You was going to fold off of it. This is what's happening today. Read.
And towards the wife of his bosom.
You can cut that. You
it's
understand?
Like if I may, just off the me and because I want to talk about this earlier. Yesterday, I believe it was. Anytime you see a brother going at his brother, it's because he's scared. Right? He's scared.
Mm-hmm.
Like niggas, like your brother don't go against you because he think he hard. He just think he's so much tougher than you. He really go against you because he's afraid.
Right.
Just like women. Women go against their husband. Why? Because they're afraid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The white man go against us, to blacks, Hispanics, and their beard because they are afraid.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like it's something. They know that they are in control, but how can I take my control by being afraid?
Right.
Can I piggyback?
Or by showing aggression? I mean,
if I can piggyback off that, what the brother is saying is absolutely correct. A man's natural job is to be the security
Right.
of the people around him.
Right.
So of course, when a man feels threatened, he tries to get rid of that threat. You understand? The thing about today is women are taught to be men. Right. So when they think that there's a threat, guess what they do? They try to get rid of that threat. The threat today is black men.
Right.
You understand? And that's why we're failing.
Right.
What y'all saying is so heavy because one thing about Chris Brown and Usher, these are friends.
Right.
They've been known for sharing the stage together multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
These brothers are known to throw parties for each other, do everything for each other.
Music videos.
And music videos.
Yep.
And if you name it, these brothers have done it. You talking about you, and when you read it, Usher, it's like I don't want to feel like I'm jumping.
I would get you a little bit.
Kind of. It's like I ain't gonna jump.
Don't jump in.
I ain't gonna jump. It's like
it all happens all over the
kind of.
It happens on Commander Johnny House show. On the round table, we gotta have it.
This is true brotherhood. This is why we do this. Like every
Right.
this is true brotherhood right
here. And if I could, what y'all gotta understand is what you're hearing in this article, like you seeing what brotherhood is not.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you look at the UPK, you see the epitome of brotherhood.
That's
right.
Go ahead and read a little bit more of that article, and then we're gonna summarize it, and we're gonna let these people go ahead and enjoy their Sunday.
Go ahead.
Okay. Eyewitnesses tell us Chris was trying to attempt to talk to Tiana Taylor, who was always in attendance, sitting on the bench just outside of the ring. We were told, for whatsoever reason, Tiana was trying to ignore him. Our sources tell us that pissed off Chris Brown and started yelling at her. And that's when Usher intervened and tried to calm him down.
Slack, you stop right there. Stop right there. We all just heard that, right?
Right.
Do we all understand? I know priests of the Lord, we understand. Do we understand what just happened? Chris Brown has been fucking with Tiana, and so has Usher, and so has Shumpert, and so has she is a whore. She's a whore.
If I could, because here's the thing, and that question.
You want to break out that heavy that you?
No. That's quite.
This is the Mayad moment.
Hey, this is a Mayad moment. No, but no, that is quite that is true. You know what I mean? But this is what makes this fight so bitch made. Chris Brown was mad about. He wanted to remember last year at the AMAs, American Music Awards. He wanted to do a Michael Jackson tribute, and it got canceled. I read another article from witnesses there that said he blamed Tiana. Somehow he got to arguing with her and said it's her fault that his Michael Jackson tribute got canceled. And it got loud, and Usher came over and intervened, and then they got into it. So, like you said, more than likely, both them brothers have been smashing off on her. You know, they smashing her at the end of the day. Because
like no emotions get flared up that much over somebody that you haven't put your spirit inside of.
Right. And my thing is this though, even if they not, dude, you mad because your Michael Jackson tribute got canceled, and you gonna blame a sister and get all in her face, and then when your boy come to calm you down, you and your entourage jump him. So, like in the words of Captain Marquardt, that's very bitch made. That's bitch made.
If I may, the motherfucker who canceled your show probably was the oppressor.
You know the oppressors who canceled the show. Now I don't know what, but you know what? We never know what ride she blew and She might have been mad at Chris because he, whatever. We don't know the real story behind it. But at the end of the day, Chris Brown and Usher fighting is the most softest I've ever seen. You know what I mean? That's it. I can't do it. Here you go. Because I want
I fuck with Breezy. I fuck with Breezy.
I fuck with Breezy, man. I'm gonna tell you. But I do fuck with Breezy. What I don't fuck with is a nigga who don't fuck with his brothers.
Right.
Like, so we not fucking starstruck in here.
Right.
We don't give a fuck about. I'm gonna tell you something. If you're not following the law, statutes, and commandments, we don't give a fuck about none of you. Because what did Christ say? Who is my mother? Who is my brother? The people who is my family is sitting right here at this fucking table.
Right.
You understand?
Now, I think I got a counter. I think that is the last F-bomb we can use before they drop us off.
No more F-bombs.
No more F-bombs. It's all good. It's your fire. Go ahead. I shall walk there and then we out of here.
Oh, yeah. So, like, I want to say, since we talking about these R&B Negroes, Chris Brown and them and Usher, shout out to Officer DeBar Moth, man. You know what I'm saying? Solomonism. I believe, is it out?
Solomonism
is it out?
Album. No, it's not out yet.
Come on, Officer. Come on, Ottawa. Let's drop it. Let's get the real the hardcore R&B out.
I'm gonna say the album coming soon. What's it called? Pressure. Also, Lacum Yala, who's sitting here right on the panel. Yeah, he's one of them. Woo, yeah.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Better understand.
Yeah. So like, if I may, of course, it's gonna be up to Officer Bayard. That's something we're gonna try to do too. At the end of every single of our podcast, we're gonna try to play a song from a brother. You know what I'm saying? Something that might not be all the way new to. I mean, that might be new to other brothers.
Right. Let's get it.
So
let's get it.
We try to put something out. Hey, Israel is heavy with this motherfucking equipment when it comes to music, rapping. Like, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. The greatest rappers I ever seen was in Israel.
Right.
Like Israel, greatest. Like, I'm looking for singers. I see Lacum. I see Officer DA. Like, we got some great band. I'm telling you. Like, this is what it's all about.
Officer Kazaya won.
Yeah, right.
I freestyle.
He freestyle.
Yeah, he did.
I freestyle, man.
He could sing. He got some bars.
I'm trying to get in the league. I'm not Officer Bayard. Don't get me wrong. He's in rare form. I definitely put some words to take.
Yeah. He said I'm gonna have to talk to Cap about getting him a 360.
You gotta get a 360 deal. All right. Hey, yo, and with that, I want to thank y'all for joining us, you know what I'm saying, for another episode of the latest podcast, you know what I'm saying, and like, share, subscribe, you know what I mean, shout out to everybody in the comment section, you know what I'm saying, holding it down, you know what I mean. Shout out to the mighty man, Officer Rob Bond out there in the UK, who went absolutely bananas in the comment section. I'm saying, man.
Big up to that brother.
That brother was on fire. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Princess Nicole, you know what I'm saying? Dwayne Davis, I know that ain't your Hebrew name. Yeah, I know the brother is, you know what I mean? He ain't got his Hebrew name up, but yo, in Salakia, your Hebrew name slipped my mind. I do apologize. Blame it on the head, not the heart, as they used to say. You know what I'm saying? And all the brothers and sisters that came through to watch this show.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all made this a dynamic show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's because of you that we can do what we do. You know what I'm saying? But don't forget to hit that like button, that share button. Go on our YouTube page and subscribe so we can get our algorithms up. You're liking us on Facebook, make a trip over to YouTube and hit that like and share and subscribe button. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, if I could
Go
just
ahead.
double back on that, just like General Muhammad said, you know, the world don't know that we did this unless y'all show them we did this. You understand? Share, like, love, do whatever you can to put this podcast, subscribe, man. Put this podcast out there, because without y'all showing that we did this, it never happened.
Damn right. And if I could, so I'll clap it up. Join, you know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm Precinct Officer 1000 Mayaj, a man with 100 hands. You know what I'm saying? To my right, I got Precinct Officer 1000 Kazawan. You know what I mean? To my left, I got Precinct Officer 1000 Aramawan. You know what I mean? To my further right, I got Precinct Officer 1000 Lakamyala. You know what I'm saying? To my further right, I got Precinct Officer of 500, the mighty Asha Iyer. You know what I mean? Asha Iyer. And then over to my left, you know what I mean? I got the mighty man, our engineer supreme. You know what I mean? On the ones and twos, Precinct Officer 50, Raj Karar. You know what I'm saying? And then if you got any rum one, you got something?
Hey, I mean, unless you ready for me to close it out.
All right, well, look, with that has been the latest podcast brought to you live from Gary, Indiana. Once again.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I'll close it out. Hey, 1, 2, Kwam Yashala, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Kwam Yashala! And with that, we out.
Shalom.
Five-star, 4-star, 3-stars going to those HBCUs too. Brittany Griner is free. The WNBA star, who has been detained in Russia since February, has been released in a prisoner swap.
Brittany Griner just got traded for a man whose nickname is the Lord of War and the Merchant of Death. The latest podcast.